White. The English is a more patient opening where white plays c4 to control the d5 square without committing a central pawn. c5 meets c4 with a symmetrical approach to controlling the center. Knight f3 develops the knight and controls the d4 and e5 squares. Knight f6 develops the knight toward the center and controls the e4 and d5 squares. Knight c3 develops the knight toward the center and controls the d5 and e4 squares, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. A clear recapture. This prepares the bishop for development. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This creates a threat against a pawn by pinning one of its defenders. This is an equal trade. A straightforward recapture. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This is a book move, meaning it follows established opening theory played by top players for years. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside, because castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. This forces the opponent to have isolated doubled pawns, which ruins their structure. A clear recapture. This creates a pawn chain. This attacks black's pawn chain. One of the best moves. This strikes at the center with a pawn, trying to gain space. A solid choice. The clearly correct move for a threatened bishop. This maintains the balance of material with a good trade. This is an equal trade. After all captures, this is an equal trade. A straightforward recapture. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. Very precise. This is the strongest option. This places a rook on the 7th rank. This wins time by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. This overlooks an opportunity to move a bishop to safety. Right on target. Very precise. This allows the knight to control more squares. This forces the opponent to ruin their pawn structure by isolating doubled pawns. A clear recapture. Putting the piece on a blockade square. This leads to losing a pawn. This misses an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. A straightforward recapture. The rook is now on an open file, that was a free pawn. This is the only good move. This defends a bishop that was under attack and had no defenders. This is the strongest option, right on target. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. Very precise. A very strong play. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to eventually win material. Black's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. One of the best moves. This is not the right idea. Putting the piece on a blockade square. There were worse moves, but also something much better. Right on target. Very precise. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. This is an equal trade. A clear recapture. This is not the right idea. This overlooks a better way to defend a pawn that was under attack. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This threatens to tactically win a bishop. Black was worse off, but now they are in a losing position. This is the only move that works. This is not the right idea. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking rook. Right on target. This evades the check from the... Very precise. This prevents the opponent from being able to force eventual checkmate. This is the only good move. This evades the check from the rook. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This is the strongest option. Pushing a passed pawn. This continues down the road to checkmate. This continues the checkmate threat. This evades the check from the bishop. This continues down the road to checkmate. This evades the check from the rook. This continues the checkmate threat.